One Friday Fights 113 is live this Friday on YouTube at 2:30 South African time. We will be breaking this fight card down next in Fighting with Friends. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Fighting with Friends. It's your boy, Brother Gaia, back again with another preview and breakdown of One Friday Fights 113. And you know what? That's actually not a bad card. So, as always, I will start at the top of the card. Before I start doing, I just want to say thank you to everybody that has been supporting our channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe before I get into the nitty-gritty of the fun stuff of this fight card. We are officially monetized, thanks to all of you for all the support. I will be doing a proper thank you video for that, maybe a little bit in this week or maybe next week. But I will be dishing out a nice video to say thank you to all the support we've been getting. We've now officially made the landmark of being monetized, and now we can start taking ourselves to the next level for this YouTube content creation. Obviously, the main game plan is for us at Fighting with Friends to make up enough money so we can go and check out a live event of One Championship in Lumpinee Stadium. It's become one of the dreams and one of the goals for our team at Fighting with Friends, and thanks to all of you, we've now made that more possible. But okay, let's get straight into it, ladies and gentlemen. At the top of the card, we see Donking taking on Yodlekpet, and this is going to be a fascinating fight just because Yodlekpet is a staple name, is a household name in the One Championship, and Donking has started his One Championship career like a house on fire. So Donking is 24 years old. His record in One Championship is 4 wins, 0 losses, 0 no contests. He's got 3 wins by KO. He beat Payak in first round KO in his last fight, which was the barrage strikes, which looked really good. Like I said, he's taken on Yodlekpet, who is a household name in One Championship. He's been around the block. He's 30 years old. His record in One Championship is 6 wins, 5 losses, and 0 no contests. So that tells you he's been fighting, for a while. And he's been in there with some big names as well. We'll get to that. He's got 2 wins by TKO, 2-fight losing streak at the moment. He lost to Shimon Yoshinari at One Championship? Was that 1-1-7-2? I'm not mistaken. He lost the fight by unanimous decision. It was a good fight, by the way, but Shimon was just much taller and used the range really well in that fight. He also lost to Zhao Suyai by KO before that, but Zhao Suyai, as you know, I would say this last 12-14 months for Zhao Suyai has just been a revelation. The dude has turned his career into becoming one of the best guys to watch in One Championship right now. Like I said, Yodlekpet has been there with top guys. I mean, we'll just go through some of the names, like I just mentioned now. He's fought Kong Suk as well, lost that fight. He could come up with Tajir Kalilov, Muay Thai, the Elbow Zombie, Dennis Puric, and Silvio Vites. So, he's been there with really good names, right? Donking hasn't really, if you think about his list, he beat Payak, like I said, Seksan Pirtex, Panpet, like names that's sort of also been in the same category as him, if you think about it that way. But okay, how I think this fight's going to play out. So the thing about Donking is that he's got a lot of speed to the way he fights. He's got a really good straight right to the body as well, which hits up a lot of his boxing combinations to the head. I think it's going to be a bit of a barn burner in terms of handwork. I do believe that if Donking adds some kicks to his game, I think he can definitely get through the Yodlekpet. Yodlekpet doesn't really give you that many sort of complexity in terms of what he's going to throw at you, right? And that's not throwing shade on Yodlekpet, right? Like Yodlekpet. Just Yodlekpet, pardon me, he's heavy-handed. Right? He's got a lot of muscle, he's powerful, he hits hard, it's flyweight division. He relies on that. That's his game plan. He walks you down and he just lets some heavy body work go, and then he comes with his hooks to the face. That's what he does. That's his game plan. He's not going to throw, switch kicks to the body. He's not going to attack the calf muscle. He's not going to throw a roundhouse to the head or a spinning back kick. He's not going to do things like that, right? He's built like a brick. He's going to stand and sit down on his punches, and then he's going to hit as hard as he can. That's your Yodlekpet feel. That's what you're going to get from him. Donking is a little bit more on the speedy side, hops on his feet a lot, throws some jabs to the body, they come up again, they go back to the body, and he sets up those boxing combinations a little bit better than Yodlekpet. Now, if Donking doesn't go in there and utilizes the kick, right, to set up the 1-2, he utilizes a switch body kick to set up a 1-2, maybe then go from the body kick into an elbow. He needs to set up that, and he also needs to drag Yodlekpet You know what I mean? Make him overcommit with these shots. Because like I said, Yodlekpet's not going to throw different kind of stuff that's going to make Donking go, and have to check this and check that and then get out of range. What he's going to have to really watch out for is Yodlekpet is going to close that distance. He's going to walk you down until he notices that you don't go. And once Yodlekpet gets you there, you can expect him to throw a heavy shot to the body and then a heavy shot to the head. That's his pattern. He's going to do that all the time. So I think the longer the fight goes on, I expect Donking to sort of take control of the fight, utilize his speed advantage. But if he gets sucked into a brawl and we get into a first fight, I think Yodlekpet's going to put him down, right? If you look at how Yodlekpet lost in the one championship, right, he gets pieced up. He gets dominated by fighters that are active, that utilize kicks, they keep him at bay, and they make him miss, right? Donking, I'm not too sure if he has that capabilities in him. I do think that he's a faster boxer, right? But I think if it goes into just the first fight, I'm not that confident that Donking getting the job done. So I'm going to go with Yodlekpet just because I think it's going to be a first fight. Like most amateurs, that's a Muay Thai fight, right? But a lot of the top Muay Thai guys don't just rely on their fists. They utilize the other weapons to set up those knockout blows. But I think this fight's going to be a bit of a barn burner in terms of we're going to get into the wood and we're going to throw punches and punches. And I think Yodlekpet comes out on top, and that's going to be how the fight's going to go. So I'm going to go Yodlekpet for this one. If you have any sort of different opinions on how the fight's going to play out, please drop it in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. I want to get that conversation going. I know there's a lot of people out there that has been liking our content and has been giving some point of views as well. But let's generate some more of that conversation, right? I want to hear your thoughts, especially the audience members of our channel that is in Thailand, that get to watch these fighters train frequently. You guys know more about these fighters than I do. I'm from South Africa. I only know what I see. So yeah, if you guys have a little bit more insight on how this fight's going to play out, you know where that comment section is. Drop the comments in there and we can get the conversation going. All right, let's keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen, to a co-main event, which is also going to be a rematch, by the way. Deco taking on Asinui. I think I'm saying that correctly. And I'm trying to remember how the fight went the first time. I know it was a back and forth fight. I think the first fight ended in a split decision win. So Deco is 22 years old. The record in one championship is 1 win, 0 losses, 0 no contest. That win came up against the opponent that he's going to take on now. Split decision. Issa Nui is 21 years old. His record in one championship is 1 win, 1 loss, 0 no contest. That 1 win came by a KO. That was against Chang Tong. And like I said, the only loss he has is against Deco. So this is going to be a rematch. Now the question is, who's going to do what differently, right? The first fight, it was a split decision, so there was some back and forth between the two guys. Let me just check when that fight happened. So I think I actually did watch this fight. April 25th, right? So it was this year. And I think Deco started to take control of the fight towards the end. I think the first round was definitely in Issa Nui's favor. He utilized his range, but he started giving up that space to Deco, and Deco started just walking him down and started taking control and landing better shots and dominating the fight. I don't think the fight's going to play the second time. I'm not so sure if it's going to be anything different. I mean, Issa Nui is powerful. I think he's a fun fighter. I think Deco just utilized a very good game plan, and that was to be active and stay walking forward, not necessarily giving up a lot of space. And I think he had the better gas tank and he was more conditioned in that fight. So I'm not too sure we're going to see anything different in this one. But I mean, rematches are always fun to watch. Hopefully this time there's a bit of a different outcome. Doesn't really matter to me who wins. So hopefully that this time it doesn't end in such a narrow decision. I think maybe one guy needs to do something a little bit more to get themselves in a definitive win. So let's see what happens. I'm going to reserve my opinion for it because of how that first fight ended. I think Deco might still edge the fight a little bit. But dude, Issa Nui is a high-paced kind of guy, and I like his style. I just think that he's got that knockout capability in him, whereas Deco is a little bit more of a volume kind of guy, and I'll piece you up for the rounds. And that's a good thing. That means on points he's going to beat you all the time, right? You're going to have to really take the fight to him to get him to stop that momentum. And I think we might see something like it. This might be a bit of a brawl, this fight. And if he's going to go down to that, I want to give it to Issa Nui just because he's a little bit more of a killer for me. Like his killing instinct shows up more than Deco. Even though he lost that first fight, right? But let's go. Let's see how it's gonna happen. I can't wait for that fight for that fight to take place because I think it's gonna be also a bit of a firefight there. But okay, as always, ladies and gentlemen, give me your thoughts. Again, I'm not gonna give too much into it just because there isn't that much information about the guys to take away. But I do believe that rematches do produce some really, really good fights. And if you look at the rematches in One Championship, there's always been some good fights. But okay, let's keep it moving. This is gonna be a sick fight. I don't know why this fight wasn't the co-main event, if I'm being honest, or even the main event. Like, this is worthy of a main event for Friday Fight Card. We have Alexei Palikov taking on Comply from Sosumai. Love this dude. I love his style. Alexei Palikov is 31 years old. His record in One Championship is 3 wins, 3 losses, 2 wins by KO, 2-fight losing streak. He lost to Kamawat by unanimous decision. Kong Klein, on the other hand, is 26 years old. His record in One Championship is 3 wins, 6 losses. Not so great over there. So you don't know contest. He's got 2 wins by KO. Sorry, I'm just getting some outside noises that's bothering me. 2 wins by KO, 1 win by TKO. He lost to Anta Kasim by round 2 KO. He also beat fighters like Denis Demikapur. I want to go and just quickly pull up the list here, because he's been in there with some top guys. I'm talking about Kong Klein now, right? And Alexei Palikov. Let's be real, he's also been in there with some top dudes. But for Kong Klein, for example, there's Anta Kasim, there's Denis Demikapur, Otis Vagon, who's also a good fighter, Panrit, Sona Sen, Silvio Vite, Super Bowl. Like, the list goes on, right? It's been some really good fights. Granted, he hasn't really won any of all of those, but he's a top dude. He just hasn't really been able to hold in on like a top weight cut. And recently found out that a lot of these guys don't really have any nutritionists in their game, so that's why there's a lot of catchweight fights. Alexei Palikov, on the other hand, has also been in there with some top fights, right? Like I said, come with John Lineker, Stefan Korodi, who's going to be fighting at one of the fight that's coming up pretty soon. Panrit, Suakim, and Jod IQ, by the way, and he beat both Jod IQ and Suakim, who recently has just been on a tear. So that kind of shows you where Alexei Palikov is at, right? Now, let me give you a little breakdown on how I think the fight's going to play out. I think, personally, Kong Klai has got the power to knock Alexei out. He's got that. He's also a little bit bigger than Alexei Palikov as well. He's taller. He utilizes the range a little bit nicely. But Kong Klai isn't high volume, high pace. Right? He's not the he doesn't have that. He's more of the, I'll throw 1 or 2 strikes at a time, but they're going to pack a lot of heat. I'm going to kick your body hard. I'm going to kick your cars hard. I might throw a high kick in there as well. But that's what you get from Kong Klai. It's a lot of walk you down and then bang, something hard, hitting you to the corner, bang, bang. And then once you're in that corner, now you let the work go, let the elbows go, fights up in the clinch, throw some knees to the body. That's what Kong Klai gives you. Alexei Palikov, on the other hand, is not traditionally Muay Thai, even though he fights a lot of Muay Thai fights. His style, on the other hand, is very kickboxing heavy. Heavy on the bounce on the balls of the feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, come out. Throw an elbow here, throw some kicks here and there. Body kick, push kick, body kick, push. That's what Alexei Palikov gives you. It's high pace, high volume all the time, right? If you look at all of his fights, that's how he goes. Spinning back elbows, spinning back fists. That's what he throws at you. It's very, very European kickboxing style in small arms gloves. So the question here is, how does Kong Klai navigate that two-cheek style, that barrage of strikes? Because I feel like for every 1 strike that Kong Klai is going to land, Palikov is probably going to land 3 or 4. And that's going to be the ratio through this fight, 3-1 consistently. So I think if Alexei Palikov is defensively sound, I think he wins the fight on decision, right? But if he gets caught by something, he gets clipped by something, I think he's going to see some cobwebs. He's going to definitely get shaky leg because Kong Klai has got a hell of a lot of power. And I wonder what the game plan is. I personally feel like the game plan from Kong Klai, this one's going to be smothering. So Mai is going to say that Jim's going to train him to smother Alexei Palikov, eliminate the distance. If you look at how Alexei Palikov fought in his last fight, which is against Kamawut smothered him, took away the range, just blasted some heavy shots to the body, made him fight a very ugly fight, back-foot fight. Even when Alexei Palikov, when he fought against John Lineker, the same thing happened there. John Lineker just eliminated the space immediately and attacked the body, and he made Alexei Palikov fight in a very, very defensive way. And that's a good way to beat fighters that are heavy on their balls or their feet and they bounce a lot, right? Those kind of fighters, if you eliminate the space, you take away their best attribute. Now you force them to get into an exchange where they don't really have the power advantage. So I think Conclave is probably going to do that in this fight. He's going to try and smother Alexei Balikov and then really get him into the corner, onto the ropes, and fight an ugly fight. A lot of elbows, a lot of clinch work. That's what I expect from Conclave in this fight. And to use that bigger frame, right? Alexei Balikov, obviously, the game plan there is stay on the outside, utilize the jab, utilize the deep, make Conclave miss a lot of the times, and don't let him stay in the range long enough for Conclave to get at him, get a clinch on him. Don't stay in that range. So it's a very fascinating fight. It's a very much a clash of styles, of course. But if I must pick a winner here, my heart wants Conclave to win. I'm a big fan of the style. I like the aggression. I like his character. He's got a cool, fun vibe about him. But I just think Alexei Balikov is going to dance towards decision here. He's going to probably skate away the first round. He's probably going to be skate away the second round as well. And then he's going to try and be very defensive in the third round. Not really give up anything to Conclave in the third round. But let's see how it goes. Also, Conclave is a little bit chinny, right? He's been dropped. He's been finished before. We've seen him get flipped in ways where you're like, why did he give up that kind of space, right? And I think Balikov can do that. He can suck something out here in terms of like bringing Conclave into maybe an overextension and then bang, catch him coming in. It's a fascinating fight. It's a good brawl. And I think this is going to be a good one. So stay tuned for that one, guys. Definitely stay tuned for that one. But okay, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm going to keep moving to another fight, which I think is also going to be a fire fight as well. Him taking on Nam Surin. Payim, 22 years old. This is a catchweight Muay Thai fight, as you can see on the screen. Excuse me for not giving you those kind of informations, but he's on screen there. Payim, 22 years old, record in one championship is 3 wins, 0 losses, 0 no contest, so it's flawless at the moment. He beat TI by split decision in his last fight. Let me just people up his record on my side. Just make sure that I know who else he went up against. Payim, who were the other 2 wins? Apidat and Pet Port Warit. Both those fights went to decision as well. Let's just go here. There we go. Nam Surin, on the other hand, 29 years old. So he's got some years on Payim. His record in one championship is also flawless. He's got 4 wins, 0 losses, 0 no contest, 1 win by KO. He beat Sunday, who's also on this fight card, by the way. He beat Sunday by unanimous decision. Now, I don't think this fight's going to play out. I just think, let me just remind myself here. Nam Surin has got 3 wins by decision by KO. So he's a decision king. And by him as well, right? And that's what's going to make this fight quite entertaining. I don't think either guy's going to get a knockout here. I think both guys are going to really fight. It's going to be a tug of war between the 2 gentlemen to see who's really going to dominate that front foot. Who's going to walk the other one down? Who's going to win the foot battle? The one who wins the foot battle will be the one that lands a lot of strikes, right? Payim is a go-getter. He goes forward. He sets up good strikes. He's got good pace on his hands. He throws some really good kicks. I like that he can fight from both ranges. And he's a very competent fighter. Like, he's defensively sound. Didn't really see him in danger that much. So I think he's a really good prospect for the lightweight. I mean, that's what's at 1-1. That's 53 kilograms, 117 pounds. So I mean, that's really light. That's lower than the flyweight division. That's potentially fighting an atomweight, right? Nam Surin, on the other hand, he's got a little bit of the heavier hands. He has got the knockout. He's got more wins on him. He also likes to fight at the front foot, fights off his jab really well. But I do think that by him, because he's so defensively sound, he's really technical. I think he's going to win the fight on decision here by landing more, maybe taking the fight into clinching positions, and also just being the fighter that's going to land more and then get hit less. And I think that's what's going to be the outcome of this fight. Nam Surin is going to have to make it ugly. He's going to have to make it ugly because Payim is the kind of fighter you can see that prides himself around being very technically sound, very clean, don't take any shots. And it makes for a fun fighter to watch, right? And I think Nam Surin is going to have to be ugly. Make it a clinch fight. You take away the range, take away the distance, take away the opportunity for Payim to move around and use that fancy footwork. Eliminate that. Chop the calves. Make him. If you chop fighters like Payim that has good footwork, if you chop that calves, if you take away that base, that foundation, you force fighters like that to fight a different fight because now they can't use their best weapon, which is their footwork. So it's going to make him do things like maybe sit down and throw overhands. That's going to make him fight a fight where he's going to have to abandon his plan A and plan B and go to number C. And when fighters go to the third sort of game plan, they become more vulnerable. So it's gonna be a fun fight in that regard. But I just don't know if Namsoudin is gonna be able to execute something like that. But at the end of the day, I'm intrigued. I want to watch it. I think it's gonna be a good fight. Pay the money. Let these guys swing it out. I think it's gonna be a really fun fight, especially because Chelsea Sitatong has announced that he's now changing the rhetoric for how he's going to give bonuses out. It's not just going to give a bonus to anyone, which is what I was going on about when I started watching my championship. I was like, why is everybody getting bonuses, bro? Every fucking fighter, excuse my language, every fighter, you just get one knockout, bam, there's a bonus. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, you're giving bonuses to everybody. And I think it's a bit ridiculous to do that. I think you need to make the bonuses a little bit more worthy and not just give it out to anybody. And I like that he described that he's going to be a little bit more strict on how he's going to keep bonuses now, dedicating it to more fighters that are utilizing the art of 8 limbs and not just going out there and brawling and getting knockouts. It's more about how you set up that killer instinct. How do you set up those knockouts? How stylish is it really? And I'm all in on that one. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, please, ladies and gentlemen. Why did I not put notes for this next fight? That's so strange. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why I didn't put my notes out for this next fight. That's so weird. But okay, let's talk about it. Jonathan Santos Tobias taken on Sunday. What did you see him just fought against what's his name? There we go, Namsoudin. So I don't think this fight's going to play out. This is, again, as you can see on screen, 118 pounds. So again, it's only a pound over than the fight above this one. Let's go look at Jonathan stats. So Jonathan, 25 years old. He's got 3 fights in one championship, 2 wins, 1 loss. So 2 wins, is currently on a 2-fight winning streak. He beat Kong Pok Sai by KO in his last fight. He looks like he's a knockout specialist. He's got 2 wins by KO, so that's really good. And then his opponent in Sunday, 27 years old. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. His Linktree One Championship is 2 wins, 2 losses. Those 2 losses came in the hands of Namsoudin by unanimous decision and Pet Shan Kom by majority decision. Before that, he was on a 2-fight winning streak, beating Chu Sap by KO, and then he also beat Pet Chan Nak by KO. Don't know really much about the 2 athletes. Don't know really what their styles are like. I haven't seen either of them fight really, so I'm not too sure how the fight's going to play out. But I've got the feeling that it's going to be a fun fight. It's smaller guys, it's going to be fast-paced. It's going to be killer by kill. So let's see how that fight goes on. But if you know anything about the 2 guys, drop it in the comments. Let me know who you think is going to win and how they're going to get the job done. I'm going to keep it moving. This fight, I didn't put any notes in because it confuses the hell out of me. Pet taking on Pet Witset. And as you can see on screen, they've got exactly the same photo. They are not twins. They are not the same age. They are not the same fighter. Pet, that shows here, he's 31 years old. This is going to be his debut. And then Pet Witset is 22 years old. And this is also going to be his One Championship debut. So I have no idea why these guys have got the identical photos on the screen. Super strange. But we'll keep it moving. That is the opening fight of the main card. But the featured bout of the night, that's going to be the main fight on the prelims. We have Den Putai taking on Asadullah Aman Ghazaliev in the flyweight Muay Thai. And I think this is going to be a fun fight as well. Den Putai, 27 years old, fighting at the Super Leg Gym. He's Linktree One Championship. He's 1 win, 1 loss. He had no contests. He lost to Pet Muangsri by TKO in his last fight. Weird finish, by the way. He took a kick and then he landed anything. He was about to block it. And then it just missed his face. But then apparently something happened to his hand and he couldn't fight down any more than that. So it's a bit strange. So I didn't really get to see what he's all about, right? But I have seen Asadullah. I've seen him fight before and I know what he's all about. Asadullah, he's 29 years old. He's Linktree One Championship. 21 years old, excuse me. He's Linktree One Championship. He's 4 wins, 0 losses, 0 no contest, 3 wins by KO. He beat Muhammad Tawfiq by unanimous decision. He also beat fighters like Durwan Lek by KO. He beat Bob Burjon by KO as well. I mean, he's got 3 finishes in a row before beating Muhammad Tawfiq by unanimous decision. 3 KOs before getting that decision. And he's a fun fighter. He's fascinating. He's got a cool style. Like I said, a lot of the European kickboxing style coming over into this Muay Thai 4-ounce gloves. And that's what makes them so dangerous for a lot of the Muay Thai guys, is because they throw in stuff that isn't traditionally what you train for in Muay Thai, right? Spinning back kicks, axe kicks, carve kicks, kicks to the body, all sorts of weird stuff. That's what he's going to throw at you, utilizing his range as well. He's taller than Muay Thai, so he's going to obviously utilize that range really well. Muay Thai is going to have to obviously, I think, to stop fighters like Asadullah, is you're going to have to be very kick heavy. You're going to have to really kick their legs out of them, and then take away that base, because if you kick their legs out of them, they can't do those spinning things. They're going to have to box. And what I notice about this Russian kickboxers that's coming into Muay Thai, when you kick their legs out of them, what they tend to do is they tend to clinch a lot. They tend to come forward and like get heavy on you and clinch on you and throw some heavy stuff from there, because now they can't really stay out in the distance because they don't really want to give you their legs to be kicked. So I think Muay Thai is going to have to chop the legs and hard, kick the body. That chopping the legs hard will set up those high kicks, but I don't think you should go for high kicks because he's fighting the taller fighter here. So I think chopping the legs really hard and then attacking the body with nice straights and hooks to the body will then eventually set up those strikes to the head. I think it's going to be a fascinating fight, but I don't think that Muay Thai is going to win. Yeah, I think that Asadullah is definitely going to get the job done because of the versatility in his strikes and the speed that he comes out with those strikes and the length. I just think there's so many hurdles for Muay Thai in this one, and that's why it's a bit weird for me to not give him the win. But I can be surprised, and on the night it can be a fight where Muay Thai goes in there and actually stops the Russian sensation and gives him his first loss in one championship. But I just don't see it happening. But okay, if you have anything different about that fight, please let me know, ladies and gentlemen. The last fight I'm going to be talking about in this fight card is a fight that's really intriguing. I think it's a very good matchup as well done by the one championship here. We have Nong Fasai taking on Francesco Vera in the atomweight Muay Thai division. Fun fight, because I think Francesco Vera is pretty much on the title run. Nong Fasai as well is making waves in one championship at the moment, and I think she's also a couple of fights away of becoming a title contender. Nong Fasai is 29 years old. They could watch up 2 wins, 1 loss in no contest. 1 win by TKO. She lost to Tang by unanimous decision in the last fight. She also beat Moa Carlson by unanimous decision before that. Francesco Vera, and then he's younger. She's 25 years old. The Korean World Championship was 3 wins, 3 losses in no contest. She's got 1 win by TKO. She also beat Nico Vero by split decision in the last fight. So she fought some top names as well, and just remind myself of those top names so I can remind you. She, like I said, she beat Nico Vero in her last fight. She lost to Cher Cohen, who was supposed to fight against Alicia Rodriguez. She also fought fighters like Nong who's a fantastic fighter. I haven't really seen her in a while, but heavy-handed fighter. But that's a good one. Nong Fasai as well. Like I said, Moa Carlson, she beat. And she's also a good fighter. Nong Fasai I think this fight's going to be crazy high pace, because Nong Fasai doesn't really like to take a back foot. She likes to go forward. She lets those hands go. She's got some good boxings and good kicks as well. But I think Francesco Vera is a dog. She's a dog, and you have to stop her. You have to stop her to beat her. Otherwise, she's going to keep going at you. She doesn't get tired as the fight goes on. She really does have high pace, and she also utilizes the full range. Good elbows, good clinch work, good knees, good leg kicks. I became a fan. I really did become a fan of her when I watched the fight against Vero. And even before that, I was like, she's good, but I've seen her get bullied. She is a little bit on the smaller size in terms of the atomweight division, which is already small, right? She's a little bit smaller than most of those atomweight fighters, but the way she went toe to toe and beat Vero indicated to me that she's not a pushover. She doesn't mess around. I think she's actually going to beat Nong Fasai. That could be recency bias, but Nong Fasai is top as well, and she's also got some high speed on her. I just think Francesco Vera, for me, is the kind of fighter that makes fights ugly. And Nong Fasai doesn't fight well in ugly fights. And for that reason, I'm going Francesco Vera to win the fight by decision by beating Nong Fasai rounds 2 and round 3. I think she's going to give up the first round, not purposefully, but she's going to have to, because Nong Fasai is tough in that first round. But then once they get to round 2 and round 3, I think Francesco Vera is going to start picking up that pace and start making it hard for Nong Fasai to really establish her range again and stay fighting on the outside. Vera can fight from any distance. She fights from any distance, and I think that's the reason why I'm going to go for her to get the job done. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, you can let me know your thoughts about how you think that fight's going to play out. This is the card. I'm not familiar with faces. These are all debutants. Donnie Smith taking on Mashi. That's a debut fight for both guys in the lightweight Muay Thai. So I'm going to keep my eyes peeled on that one because I am keen to see how the lightweight division plays out. I'm very fascinated about the heavier Muay Thai division. So yeah, keen to see what this fight brings us. I think this is also debutants, not too familiar about these two guys. I'll skip it, but I'm going to be watching all these fights, by the way, because I have to give you guys a nice detailed recap coming Saturday. But I don't know any of them. Some strawweight MMA, and then also some flyweight MMA. But okay, if you have anything about these debutants, let me know. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my time. You will be able to catch this fight card, which is One Friday Fights 113 live on the Muay Thai-packed YouTube page at 2:30 South African time. You can check your local listings for yourself to get that time in your country. But stay tuned. If you made it this far, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Many thanks for all the support from all of you. But you can catch myself and the panel from all of us. We will do some recaps this weekend. We're also going to be doing a live Saturday, so stay tuned for that one. For the UFC fight night, Khalil Roundy taking on Jamal Hill. On that note, love for the love. Have a good one, everybody, and I'll catch you on the next one. Flip.